Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you're watching from today. We have some big news. I'm filming this on November 10th. The Ukrainians have carried out a massive attack on multiple different Russian targets using a variety of drones, missiles. This is one of the biggest attacks we have watched the Ukrainians carry out on Russia. And quite frankly, it yet again goes to show that Russia does not have the ability to control airspace. It either occupies in Ukraine or airspace over Russia proper. Ukrainian weapon systems, drones, missiles continue to breach, continue to penetrate, and continue to smash targets across a wide variety of areas. So we're going to get into exactly what happened. We've got some insane footage of the strikes as it was unfolding that we're going to break down as well. So I can't wait to get into this with you all. Before we do, as always, please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Cost you guys absolutely nothing at all. Huge boost to the channel. Comment with your thoughts below. I love seeing the dialogue, the discussion you guys are having. So give me all of your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that bell. All notifications turned on. You won't miss a thing. And then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X, D Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. My DMs are wide open. Please reach out with any tips you have. Now, let's get into it. So I just made a video on November 9th, Sunday, November 9th, about a handful of attacks the Ukrainians had carried out that had penetrated deep into Russian territory. And we kind of all knew that the strategy of continuing to hit energy infrastructure was going to continue to unfold. The Russians are dependent on energy for money, dependent on the oil business for money. So the United States has been pushing the Ukrainians to hit those targets, to squeeze off the money to Vladimir Putin. This is just basic warfare 101. If you don't have money to fight a war, then you can't fight the war. Obviously, Russia has vast resources and deep reserves and deep supplies. So it's a strategy that's going to take time, but it is one the Ukrainians appear very committed to. Well, check this out, because this situation is about to hit a whole new level. So this is from the late afternoon on November 9th. These attacks were carried out deep into the early morning hours. So what you see here, these are all the launch sites targeting a variety of different targets. As you can see, they're going north, they're going east, they're going southeast. So a barrage of missiles and drones were all launched at once across a variety of targets, saying Ukrainian forces are mounting another drone and missile raid into Russian tonight, with explosions already reported in Russian-occupied Donetsk and Crimea. So you can see on the map here all the different areas that they targeted. It looks like they launched from 4 different areas. It looks like the north is obviously occupied, or obviously has the most force going with it. And then right here, I'm going to share this on the screen. So this says, breaking: Ukrainian drones have struck the Russian Havartsky oil depot in Russian-occupied Crimea. A major Ukrainian drone swarm is hitting targets on the peninsula right now. So let's go full screen with this. We'll watch it. You can see a massive fireball from the oil depot as it burns. Yet again, how do the Russians not have the ability to protect their oil position, seeing as how it's literally the most important resource they have? That is just an incredible level of destruction, a fireball that is absolutely massive. Then we're going to go here. It says Ukrainian drones are striking infrastructure at the Lohovska railway station in Rostov's region in Russia. We'll go full screen. You hear them coming in. Boom, right there. Listen to the sound of that explosion. That is an incredible amount of ordnances that are hitting. All right, we've got some more footage. It says Ukrainian drones just struck Russia's massive Black Sea oil export terminal at the port of Tupis. If you know how to pronounce that, let me know in the comments below. Seen here, presumed Ukrainian USV detonates in the Tupis harbor. Massive explosion in the distance there. hear the explosions.
Раз, два, три, четыре, пять.
And then right here, it says the moment of detonation of one of the naval drone or a Flamingo cruise missile during the night attack on the port of Tupes. Check this out. This is nuts. Look at that detonation. Look at the flash of light when that bombing hit. Let's rewind it. I mean, I'm going to pause it on the screen there. Guys, look at that fireball. Look at the explosion this attack caused. I'm not sure. I mean, this footage is honestly some of the most stunning footage I've ever seen. Unbelievable levels of damage. And then for those of you wondering where this is, what you see here on your screen is the general area. I'm going to zoom it out. So it's right there. It's right on the Black Sea. You can see it right there. That is where it appears the Flamingo cruise missile hit. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Flamingo cruise missile is a cruise missile designed by Ukraine. It is made in Ukraine. It has, I believe, a 3,000 pound. I think it can deliver, or total weight's 3,000 pounds. It can fly a couple thousand kilometers. It is essentially a domestically produced, their version of a Tomahawk. Of course, they want Tomahawks. One of the reasons they want Tomahawks is because they can only produce a few Flamingo cruise missiles a day. Obviously, you want more firepower than that if you are going to try to really turn the tide and back the Russians up. And then right here, this is from the previous video I made. It says, last night, multiple Ukrainian drones and missiles hit Russia's Voronezhskaya thermal power plant. Seen here, the plant's main boiler hall opened by explosion. So right here is where the Ukrainians attacked a thermal power plant in Russia. It supplies power to a significant chunk of Russia, and now it has been taken offline in a Ukrainian attack. So we've got ports being hit. We've got oil refineries being hit, thermal power plants being hit. The Ukrainians are absolutely unleashing. I'm going to pull this off the screen. I've been trying to tell anyone who will listen that this situation will continue to get much, 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 much worse before it gets better. The Russians do not want peace. They do not want diplomacy. The Russians have made it crystal clear time and time again that they will say one thing to your face and then go out and launch devastating attacks on civilian infrastructure, on innocent people, on people who have done nothing to Russia. Russia purposely targets civilian populations, but then they sit down and they act like they want peace and kumbaya and all that BS. So initially when Trump returned to office, the idea was, hey, let's see if we can get a deal done. Let's see if we can reach a peace agreement to stop the killing and stop the dying. It then became clear rather quickly diplomacy was not going to work. Diplomacy was not an option. The only option then is to strike back and strike back hard and make sure the world knows that we are not going to tolerate this BS. We are not going to tolerate Russia doing whatever it wants, Russia terrorizing Ukraine. So what has NATO done? What has the European Union done? What has the United States done? We pivoted. Now the new strategy is we are going to flood Ukraine with highly advanced weapons, and we're going to give Ukraine intelligence so that they can go out and strike targets deep inside Russia or Russian-occupied areas of Ukraine, such as Crimea, and a variety of other targets. Diplomacy has failed. Now it is time to ramp this bad boy up in hopes that by turning the temperature up, you can de-escalate through escalation. Force the pain to be so great on the Ukrainians that they have no choice but to come to the table and say, force the pain to be so great on the Russians by the Ukrainians. They have no choice but to come to the table and say, you know what? We don't really want to do this anymore. We don't really want to go out there and fight. We would like to turn the temperature down, and we would like this situation to be resolved. That hasn't happened yet, so the strikes will continue. The war will continue. And unfortunately, a lot of pain and chaos and carnage will continue at the same time. It's a dirty, dirty, nasty game, but it is what it is at this point. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think this strategy will work? Do you think they will be able to bring Russia to the table? Let me know in the comments below. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Cost you guys nothing at all. Huge, huge boost to the channel. Hit that notifications bell. All notifications turned on. You won't miss a single thing. And then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X, D Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. Please reach out with any comments, tips, whatever you might have. I love talking with you all. I'll make sure to see you all again when we have new updates. Until then, have a great day. Hope you're all doing well. I'll catch you all next time.